what's up everyone? Welcome to Paris. It's our last day here in Paris, so we're gonna do a little recap and talk about all the things that we've done and some of our impressions here and a couple of other things, whatever really comes up.
At dinner, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus the Power Rangers.
Really?
That's a very
I don't think we really
Paris-related question.
got to an end in that conversation. All I'm saying is the Power Rangers would win easily.
No, it'd be the Ninja Turtles.
How?
I mean, how? Just go underground and they're good. When have you ever seen the Power Rangers go
the
underground?
turtles are regular turtles that have special powers that made them into mutant, regular human beings with ninja skills. The Power Rangers are already humans that put on a suit that makes them faster, stronger, ability to jump higher, and they can survive larger impact.
Didn't Zordon pick them because of their special qualities?
They're just the bullshit to make them feel good.
Zordon.
One of them's like a
Zordon's
crook.
like God.
One of them's like a crook, and it's like, no, but he's a good kind of crook.
Zordon's God.
Like, no, I disagree.
No.
God.
Can we also talk about how Tintin might be gay?
Does anyone have a picture of that?
Don took a picture of it.
Yes. Look at that.
11, according to Abu.
Counted.
A lot. Why?
Because I divided my money
He's running out of money.
and I can spend 70 euros a day.
Alright.
I don't know how much that is.
Yeah, I can see it.
I've been spending about 80 in Paris.
Wouldn't we be spending the same amount?
Isn't it supposed to be cheaper everywhere else?
I mean, between us. So wouldn't we all run out of money? At the same time?
No, we
Maybe not
spend
mine.
in
We all spend
we spend in different
rates.
amounts.
For
sure.
Food and getting into it.
I spend at a faster rate though.
For food.
Yeah, because you buy so much McDonald's.
Yeah.
Let's see how much is in there.
Don't look at it. It's disgusting.
Recap of Paris. It was really cold in Paris the first couple days. Actually, I think it started off the worst it could have been, and then started getting a lot better. And our experience, I feel like our experience started getting better as the days got warmer, because we were able to just walk around and do things a bit more freely. First day was just really surprising. Like, we got so much done. Thanks to Ryan.
Just going through some of the pictures here. It was such a long day, and I remember at the end of the day, I was thinking to myself, like, why the hell do I put myself through this? I was exhausted, I was cold, I was tired, I didn't sleep the night before, so I was up for like 36 hours straight. And then we come back to a shitty Airbnb, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why the hell do we do all of this? And the next day I woke up and I was ready to go again. I feel like every day in Paris got better as it kept on going, just like the weather.
The quality of the Airbnb, we traded it due to the price that we were willing to pay. We traded
And
luxury
location.
for location.
So that's where the balance comes from, and I think even though we complain about this Airbnb, it was worth it.
Day 2, back to topic about Paris, was the Eiffel Tower day, which started off on such a high note when we were able to surpass those massive lines.
Yes,
Thanks
the
to
key
Ryan.
is to book tickets way in advance. It's suggested to do it preferably a month before, at least, to get your scheduled day and time. It's great if you know when you're coming. I mean, if you're not afforded that option and you've decided last minute to come to Paris and you can't book it due to the time constraints, then you're gonna have to suffer through that line. And boy, was that line big.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Massive line.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Lines everywhere were really bad.
This is down season. We came here in October. Just imagine what people call busy season. Don't buy your souvenirs from the shop.
Where should you buy your souvenirs?
From
the African immigrants on the street. I'm not saying like it's not like that's their hustle, right?
And just
So-
make sure you can haggle them as well, which I sort of failed at. But just don't be
Because they
afraid
gave you the
to
price
name
you
them a price and be ready to walk away. And just after the Eiffel Tower, we also did La Défense, which was an amazing building. From there, we went to a hot air balloon. And from there, we did an escape room. So all in all, it was a very, very busy, adventure-filled day. And
So
we went from Eiffel Tower heightness to balloon heightness, which scared the shit out of Ryan.
So a lot of fence, just to backtrack a bit, that's the area, but the Great Arc of Defense is the structure. I think
Sorry,
we was
yes,
talking about.
yes.
But that's the main attraction. There's a few
Well, there was a random thumb sticking out of the ground.
other artistic structures there, like a very detailed thumb. So if you like fingers or have some sort of fetish, that's the place to go.
And what do you think about the escape room?
I'd say the ratings that people gave them here were like A ratings. I thought it was a C plus room, to be honest. So I don't know what everyone else thought.
C plus is generous, I think. It's
Eh,
really bad.
It was pretty bad, but
You didn't like any aspect of it. Let's be real.
it was very problematic. Yeah.
We woke up the next morning and we headed over to the catacombs, which again, skip the line tickets, as Ryan recommends. Came in handy. We were there and there's this long lineup that goes around the corner, and our lineup is like 10 people long. And the catacombs are definitely worth it. Highly recommended. One of the highlights of our trip to Paris. I think, Ryan, you got a really nice souvenir there.
The catacombs?
Yeah.
Why would you bring that up? It's a criminal offense.
There were a lot of souvenirs sold in the souvenir shop. A lot of like skull type.
This one that you
Souvenirs.
can't buy.
The memories are priceless. So
Literally, because you can't buy them.
Can you tell us what happened to it while it was in your pocket?
No, it's still pretty well preserved.
Is it the same as when you got it?
it got cracked?
No, a piece broke off.
Oh
A
jeez.
small piece.
That's disgusting.
That's bad luck.
That is bad luck.
We need a gypsy to fix it.
I
Oh,
don't think
our
any
chips
of
are
it
pretty
is good
good.
luck.
Or crazy glue. No, we dropped some coins in the fountain down there, so I think
Oh yeah,
that'd be
I
worth
tried
it.
some. Yeah.
You did?
Well, Abu gave me the money, I threw it. It was a two-man operation.
What'd you wish for?
I think it was that Trevi Fountain. Is that what it's called? Or is that a Rome?
We called it the mini Trevi fountain.
Ah, yes.
It was just a regular fountain.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, catacombs were awesome. Anson, you refused to touch a skull. Meanwhile, the rest of us all touched
Yeah,
it before
you-
we left. Why?
You gotta respect the dead. Plus, I don't know. There's something about it. Like it's just very, very eerie and very scary.
There were so many bones down
Yeah.
there that I didn't.
And do you want
It didn't-
4 million souls or 2 million souls or whatever amount it was to be haunting you? I would rather not bring that back.
But the bones are touched all the time when they're preserved.
It's not true.
Yes, they are. They even said in the audio guide that the bones are placed in a certain way.
Yeah,
And every once in a while they take some, clean them, and like put them back.
that sounds so scary. I would never want that job.
As I was walking through it, my one thought process was if there was anywhere in the world where I wouldn't want to be stuck alone, that's like number one. And I love how that day turned into we go to the catacombs, followed by the human zoo.
We took a trip over to an abandoned place, which was the human zoo. That was it was okay. It was interesting to see that it literally was a place where they housed people and put them as exhibits for just entertainment. And reading up on some of the history, I think that the zoo opened up for only about 8 months, and in that 8 months there were at least 1 million visitors that came to the zoo. And if you think about it, back then, and I think it was in the early 1900s, back then 1 million people visiting a zoo in this one country, in this one area, is kind of crazy.
Anyways, what was weird about that is we were trying to sneak into one of the abandoned places, and there's this couple lying down in the grass, fully making out. And I feel like there's better makeout spots out there in the city. Why would you make out in front of an abandoned house? Ryan, you were very interested in this.
It's a perfect place to do it. You think it would be secluded?
Except for through 4 idiots who are like, hey, an abandoned place, how do we climb the fence and get in?
Sometimes you run into those things.
Speaking about all the skeletons and then going to the human zoo and human rights, we go to the World War I and World War II museum, which is actually quite fascinating. There were a lot of cool exhibits there, and then we did the Tomb of Napoleon, which was really amazing. And then we ended the night off with the Eiffel Tower again, which lights up every night.
Better map out where you can find washrooms. Trust me, that is a tough task in Paris.
I think we're getting better at it. I feel like the first couple of days I was very worried about how much water I drank just because of the lack of washrooms. But lately we realized anytime we go to a restaurant, make sure we use the washroom before we leave. And we've been better at finding those public washrooms, which are quite funny in how they work. And the wash cycles and the fact that sometimes they randomly go out of order. It's a fun experience.
It's true. Don, tell us about the wash cycles.
What about the wash cycles? It's stupid, it takes too long.
Wouldn't you rather go into a clean washroom?
It wasn't that clean. Still. Like, large objects still can't be moved. Remember the pants?
Yes.
The pair of jeans? They were there before and after the wash and just wet?
What happens if someone goes in during the wash cycle?
You know, I'm not sure what happens on the inside, but you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, just don't do that.
We did see someone do that.
Yeah, tell that story.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to tell that
So
story.
there was this poor old lady who was waiting behind us, and who was it that used that? Was it all 4 of us?
Yeah.
So
It was after.
there was already a lineup of like 4 people in front of us, then us 4. So each wash cycle takes like 2 minutes, then a person goes inside, then it's a wash cycle for 2 minutes. So we're waiting like 15 minutes just to get to our turn. We finally finish, and this poor old lady has to go with her family. And for some reason they tell her to go even though it's a wash cycle. And my theory was they can't have a system like this. Like, you must be able to manually override it, or when you go inside and physically push the button, the machine's like, oh, there's a person in here, let's not run the wash cycle. But what does it do? It runs the wash cycle. Now, we already walked away, but all I remember seeing was the blue light going on and being like, what the fuck is happening to that old lady in there? And all of a sudden the door swings open. And luckily her family was there to help her and everything, but it's the most awkward scenario you could be in. After sleeping very late the night again, we woke up bright and early because somebody booked us for 9 a.m. in the Louvre, which was fantastic. I think the highlights, we started off at the top floor and the paintings were whatever, but once we got into sculptures, it was a lot better. And we saw the Mona Lisa, which was fantastic. Ryan, care to tell a story about the Mona Lisa?
Oh, so there's my God, The lines, to be honest, I think a lot of people just go there to see the Mona Lisa because they go to the Louvre just to see the Mona Lisa.
Well, it
Nothing
can
else.
be considered the most famous painting in the world.
It's one painting. You know how many artifacts there are in the world that are very impressive?
No, but
People don't
in
know.
terms of the most famous painting, I think
Yes.
everyone knows the Mona Lisa.
It's
Yeah.
the only one they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people go directly there, so always a constant stream. Like it.
We knew exactly where it was just from seeing the amount of people
Yeah.
towards that.
You can just
exhibit.
follow the stream of people.
What else did we do today? Don't remember.
What's up?
What else did we do today?
Yeah, her man.
Was that park you went to?
Anson split from us
That's but
Yeah.
again.
That's an adventure today. Yeah. And bought a lot of stuff.
How was your solo adventures?
I went on a little adventure of my own. I went to check out a couple stores in Paris before we left to go to another country because I'm not in Paris every day. So I checked out, first off, I thought there was going to be some good deals at a duty-free shop. That wasn't the case at all. It's just like, you know, the bland, old, drab fragrances that you can buy in Canada. So there's no point in trying to get that. And then I went over to Goyard. Obviously wanted to check out their wares because they only have a couple stores in the world. That's 20 stores now. They don't sell anything online, so nothing in Canada, that's for sure. When in Paris, you know, the flagship store of Goyard, how could I not visit that? I didn't buy anything because it was really expensive. There was a duffel bag that I was looking at, but that was 4,500 euros, so that wasn't gonna happen. So I left. That's clearly not the store for me. So I went over to something else that is of interest to me, and that was a sneaker shop. I went to sneakers and stuff, and that was kind of disappointing. I thought it was gonna be a lot better, but it wasn't. I guess all the hype releases actually sell out, so I didn't get a chance to really get anything there. And from there, I called up these guys and said, "Hey, where you guys at? Let's meet right back up." So they went from their place, Notre Dame,
Which
Abu will talk about right now.
Notre Dame was very interesting, and that Ryan came through in the clutch again, because while we were sitting there, little known to you, Anson, but remember you mentioned your plans during brunch and Ryan was in his own world on his phone? He found an app that let you pick your place in the line at Notre Dame. And he picked a place in line for the three of us when you said you weren't coming with. And so had you canceled your plans and come with us, we would have been screwed because we would have had 3 tickets for 4 people. So we got there and all these people are trying to get into line and Ryan just walks up and he's like, shows the app and the guy's like, "Oh, line up, you're getting in." Turns out they don't even sell tickets. The only way to get in is through the app. And it was tedious stair climbing, all in a spiral. How many flights would you say, or how many steps would you think we'd find?
The highest point of the towers, Notre Dame, I believe. So, oh my god.
I think we reached a point where it was like, we're too tired to go on, how much longer does this go? And we kept on turning, and it's like another one, and it's the opposite of the catacombs, because remember the catacombs, you go down, this was going up in the same spiral loop. And the worst part is towards the end of it, we get to the top, and there's only one spiral that goes up, and one spiral that goes down. So there were people going up, and because we were already at the top, and the staircase is so narrow, we were stuck at the top because they wouldn't let us go down until those people finished going up top. And so we were stuck there for like 15-20 minutes just waiting until we could climb back down. It was still interesting. It was a great experience. We had some fun photo opportunities and it gives you a view of every side of Paris from a different side, so it was good.
Pretty cool.
Went to a few souvenir shops and then met up with you at Luxembourg Gardens.
Yes. Don, how's your experience at Luxembourg Gardens.
We didn't do anything. What are you talking about? We walked through, we met you, and we left. Well, we sat there for a bit.
There's a lot of boats.
But isn't that the point of the park?
Yeah, we enjoyed the sun. Then we got hungry, and we left. We only saw half the park, actually. We don't know what happened on Hanson's side. Right? We didn't go through that. He doesn't know what happened on our side.
All I remember is I saw a bunch of people just sitting in the grass and it looked so peaceful.
The whole park was full of people sitting in the grass.
And chairs. And then there was the boats. It was good. Good.
Yep.
You tired, Don?
And then from there we went to a bakery. It was all right, I think.
It was very pricey.
What do you think, Ryan?
It's called Pierre Hermé. Was that what it's called?
Yes.
Pierre Hermé?
Yeah, that's actually spot on.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember the name because I saved the napkin.
You stole it after.
Oh, interesting enough, there's two stores, the original store and then later opened a second store across the street as a sit-in place where they sell the best sellers of the pastries and what do you call them, confectionaries, you can say?
Sure.
Yeah,
Mac
that they sell across the street.
Along with drinks.
With a few drinks, coffee-based drinks. So when we first arrived, Abu was actually worried that we wouldn't get seats there, but I think because it was close to closing time, people started leaving as soon as we were just about to place our order. So this was about half an hour before closing time. I will say that the amount of products they sell for the sit-down area isn't a lot, but it's based on the quality really, so they know these things will sell. I think 3 of us out of the 4 got a croissant each. 2 of us got the hazelnut cake that they had, which is like a giant Ferrero Rocher cake except much better. Like it tastes, I'm not saying it tastes exactly like it, but it has a taste along those lines, but it's superior above that. Like it's not like you can go buy a box of Ferrero Rocher chocolates and think you're getting the same experience. That's not what I'm trying to say here. The croissant was okay. I think because it was the end of the day that the croissant probably wasn't the freshest. The hazelnut cake was very, very good. I wish I had one right now. And it's 1 a.m. So
Damn.
the drinks were okay. It's not a coffee shop. It's there to have the delicious desserts. So would I consider that the best in Paris? Anson, what do you think? Because I think yes.
I think bakeries are a huge part of the Paris experience. It's something that everyone needs to do, whether you're going to like this place that we're raving about here, because I think that it was one of the better pastry shops too. I'd say it's a toss-up between Pierre Hermé and what's the other one that we went to?
The one that sold the brown sugar cake and black currant cake.
Something gâteau.
I never knew what was that.
But there was another cake place. I'll put it like right down here. It was amazing. It was so good. So yeah.
We went to a lot of bakeries.
We went to a ton of bakeries. All of them were okay. Most of them were really, really good. It's gonna be hard to find one that's bad because it's just so ingrained in their culture, I think. But yeah, it's this Pierre Hermé was definitely really good. I'm actually kind of jealous I didn't get any of the hazelnut stuff because after I tried a little bit of it from Don, damn, that thing was. Describe it. No, describe it.
Ferrero Rocher, but much better. He's right. That's exactly it. That's how I described it on Snapchat. I literally said that.
Well put.
Yeah.
All right.
Just show a photo of it.
Yeah, so overall Paris was awesome. Except for when Ryan got caught trying to cheat the subway system.
Right.
Yeah, hold on to your subway ticket even if you paid As soon as I exited our last stop, I chucked my ticket that I'd already put through the machine into the garbage that's on the platform. As we're walking down the stairs to go to the exit, there's ticket checkers. And I saw what they were doing, so I was turning to go around. She's like, no, come back here. And I'm like, I'm going to get my ticket. And she's like, no, it's too late. Oh. Sorry. I was in a bad mood. Oh my god. If this was, to be honest, like, the system doesn't work like that in Canada, to be honest. Like, I think they're a little bit more reasonable when it comes to tickets. Like, if I went upstairs, where am I running to? The exit's one direction. Like, if I see there's a ticket upstairs in the garbage, where else am I gonna go? Like, I eventually have to cross your path again if I want to leave.
You can jump on the train.
Usually anyone within good reason would go with you, like an officer. Like, if it was an actual person of enforcement, they give you a chance to actually prove yourself that you're not automatically guilty.
They didn't even listen to you, because I remember we were trying to back you up saying, why would 4 of us go into a subway system and one guy not pay? Like, we all paid together, and they weren't even paying attention to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess all trips have their ups and downs. On the bright side, I think you settled the score with the city of Paris, right? Yeah. Good job.
Catacombs.
So that was pretty much Paris. We did actually end on a pretty good note, I'd say.
With Tintin finding out Tintin's a homo.
With finding out that Tintin has come out of the closet and he
With who?
Come out of the closet.
With whom?
He has come out of the closet with the captain.
2 minutes.
Yes, there are 2 minutes. So we saw a graffiti of Tintin and the captain making out, as you could say, which led us to a conversation that, how do we know this isn't canon?
What?
Is there any proof that it isn't? As in Ryan's words, 2 men at sea. Think about it. A single guy runs around solving mysteries with his dog. Shouldn't he have a girlfriend?
No. Too busy solving mysteries.
But he has time to go out for drinks with the captain all the time. What do you think happens on those long voyages in the sea? Or the train?
Yeah, I might have made a mistake. I forgot. Last time I saw Tintin, I was probably like 2 years old. I didn't know they rode the rails. I thought they were on the sea or something. Stupid like that. Tintin.
Who would win in a fight, Tintin or the Power Rangers?
That's a tough one.
No, not a fight. Who's better, Tintin or the Power Rangers?
Tintin. Tintin.
Okay, that's the correct answer.
It's more adventurous.
He can solve mysteries, unlike the Power Rangers, whose solution to everything is to punch it.
Yeah, with their big Megazord hands.
And on that note, we are actually gonna end it here. Next time you see us, we are gonna be in Lisbon.
Cut.
That's so cheesy.
There's so much more